Hey, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hi, this is Ineisha with Ignited Intuition, my friends. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, whatever it is. I'm excited. I am filming this video the day before Thanksgiving. I will let it drop on Thanksgiving, maybe sooner. We shall see. Either way, the topic was inspired by my ideas a couple of weeks ago. And then I was listening to one of the timeless classics, as I'm calling it, in my video collection that I have on my channel, which is not much right now, but I feel like this video will be a timeless classic. It's the talk I did on the new moon in Scorpio, which for a time I was obsessed with the death card in the tarot and its different ideas and different ways I was perceiving it and the different kind of synchronicities I was getting from it. And it was just so beautiful. One of the most like hauntingly beautiful images was the death card from the Thoth tarot deck and how death himself is dancing at the bottom of the ocean. And as a fellow water lover, a mermaid at heart, that touched me, of course. And so, yeah, that was a couple of years in the making. And so those two came together. I was like, oh, makes sense why I've wanted to do this topic for a while. And it's going to be about how to savor your life and how to make your life hauntingly beautiful. I'm going to try to make this a quick one. You know, I'm on a time crunch today, and I know I can get to talking, so we shall see. But it's going to be a little bit styled like a channeling with the cards. And then I've pulled just a few oracle cards that I want to talk about, but more specifically, I want to talk about the oracle card from this deck called the Cantigi Oracle, and translates to Earth Sings. It translates to other things too, but Earth Sings is one of the translations of what the artists and illustrators of the deck chose. And so I have a little bit written about that card specifically. I don't know too much about that deck, so I did a quick overview in the book just to see what it said. And so I know what that means, and I pulled a card from the Sacred Rebel Oracle as well as the Sacred Mermaids or the Mermaid Oracle deck. But for now, you're going to choose between these four piles here. And if you want to go ahead and skip this intro and get to that pile, you can go ahead and check out the timestamps that I have listed in the comments as well as the description of this video. And I appreciate that you're here and even listening to me. Thank you. So pile one, I'm choosing the Dreamy Moons Tarot deck. Ooh, so nice. And then pile two, it's the Gilded Tarot deck. Ooh, so nice. And then number three, pile three, is the Bone Stone and Earth Flesh Tarot deck. And then pile four, ooh, so nice, so nice. And then pile four is the Light Seers Tarot deck. Ooh. So everybody's got their flavor. I want you to savor your life, my friends. And I'm going to show you how with a quick little reading that you can take with you. As usual, my friends, the very point of my channel and me doing this for you is so that I can fire you up in some way. I can get you to come on live, online. I said on live. Yeah, come on live sounds about right. And come online to your senses, right? I want you to understand yourself, to grow your inner trust, to grow your inner knowing. It lets you have that freedom to explore yourself, right? To then experience life in these moments as you choose, my friends. So with that being said, be open right now to what you're receiving, to what I'm offering you. Understand this is your reading so you can take what is with you, what resonates with you, and then you can leave the rest behind, either behind for good or behind for another time, because this reading is timeless. You can always come back to it. So without further ado, my friends, pick your pile and I will see you there. Okay, hello, pile one. Thank you for being here. Welcome to your pile. And so I've got a couple of little oracle cards before I start pulling your tarot. Let's flip this over. Like I said in the intro, but if you skip the intro, I've already chosen this deck specifically, this Cantigi deck, and looked up the meaning of this card because I'm not aware of what these cards mean. And I wanted to see what it means actually from the book. So you have number 28. It says carried by the current. This is going to be a reading that is more like channeled. So I'm just going to see what kind of comes out in a more channeled way. And then I'll get into maybe some explanations at the end. It says the crane bag, sacred ocean medicine, clutter, declutter choice, number 35. And then you have in the world, not of the world, number 34. All right, and we're gonna see from the Dreamy Moons Tarot how to savor your life and how to make it hauntingly beautiful. You have the Hierophant. You have the Two of Cups. You have the Queen of Wands. The Knight of Stars. And the Empress. At the forefront of your dreams is the person that you're becoming bursting at the seams. There's been lots of push and pull, feeling yourself here and there, and sometimes everywhere at the same time, in a way that has felt unsettling. Because how can one settle when you're being carried by the currents? When in each moment and each tumble and push and pull, you're being asked also to go into a specific direction. I feel you've grown tired and weary of having to answer to a call, of having to know what that call is deep inside of you. What Spirit wants to remind you of is that the joy for you is in the journey. There's already a sureness that exists inside of you, a knowing that when time comes, when the right wave comes, you'll know that it's the decision that you've made because you've weighed choices and you've seen this all before. You've known this all before because you've experienced the mirror. This mirror effect that shows you that your reality is not one of imagined construct, but of a fertility that comes from a devoted union to the self. Your shell has served you in ways that you can't imagine. At times when it has felt like a burden, your shell has actually made it for there to be a container that holds your ideas, your yearnings, and the pleasures that push you in a rhythmic sense that only an old soul and a wise person would know its sequence. There is no greater journey for you than choosing to join living and felt experiences over and over again as you continue to take seed and grow and expand in the ever-changing possibilities that Spirit is laying out for you. Okay, so that was just a quick little diddly that I was feeling from the cards. If I can get a little bit more specific for you and not so abstract in the messages, for how Spirit is saying for you to savor your life and make it hauntingly beautiful, there's a lot of energy here in a surrender to the fact that the choices that you'll make are the ones that actually come from a place that you're fueled from, right? Spirit is saying, like, you know what's up. There is a confidence and a charisma with this Queen of Wands here. And, it's like you know the dance. Spirit wants you to know that you know the tango, right? You know the two-step. You know what it takes to have this exchange, in a sense, this energetic exchange. Yeah, I'm thinking of like lovers, dancers that are pairs and they're close with one another. They practice being in tandem. They practice being in step with one another, right? They choose what works and what doesn't work for them, right? So they're continuously evolving because they're changing their movements within one another, between one another. They're changing the steps at times in their dance and their rhythm. It's like Spirit wants you to know that even if it sometimes seems like you're being pulled in so many different directions, it's really just a chance for you to, savor that sip, knowing that yet again you will be swept up in another idea, in another thing, in another dance. I don't know if the fish here in this card here are salmon, but I'm being shown the images of salmon and how they're continuously going upstream. Or I don't know if I don't know. It's something like the salmon jumping upstream. I don't know if something like they migrate and they jump upstream to essentially give birth to their babies. And so I'm seeing like when you're not, there's something about this pile here. It's like when you're not in that effort of action, of when you're actually taking action on what it is that you're choosing to do with yourself, right? The choices that you're making. It's like savor your life by knowing you're in the water anyway, whether you're going with the flow or you're actually taking action and trying to go upstream. and essentially, you know, provide this force into the world. And when I think of force into the world, it's just like the birth of who you are in that moment. I want to tell you what the little thing meant about the carried by the current with the little crab here. And it was talking about in the description that the crab spends his life, you know, in his shell and wanting a different life, and then gets swept up by the ocean and ends up on his back, and it's flailing, unable to move. But then in that moment gets swallowed up by an albatross that's flying up above and grabs him to eat him. And there's the little lore or legend of the old crab says that when other animals or other creatures are eaten, the ocean creatures are eaten, they are, you know, their life is diminished and gone forever. But for the crab, their essence mixes with that sentient being. And so then they now are experiencing a completely different life, right? One where their legs are unsteady. They're completely changed in how they view the world, how they see the world, how they are in the world, right? Because they're a completely different creature, sentient being. And so to savor your life, it's like allow this surrender to this changing sentient being that exists within you and also outside of you. I wrote down here, let me see what I wrote down. Yeah, even with your shell, you become something else, swept up. Trust the flow, the merging with the other, with the sentient, with sentience itself, as water creatures do. And I wrote that as water creatures do because there's so much here about oceanic. You know, these cards are completely different. Sacred Rebels Oracle, Mermaid Oracle, but you have two images of water accompanying this crab, and then you have water here in the Two of Cups. So savor your life, I think, just by, you know, being in the unexpected, doing the unexpected, understanding that, like, as you continue to either flow and surrender, even when you're not in actionable states, that it's this place for you to get ready for that next expulsion and that next merging with this sentient life around you in a way that you yet even know, right? Where you stand yet in unfamiliar territory. It will soon again become easy. You'll know again yet how to, you know, maneuver. So until then, you know, until that time comes again for you, tumble around. Okay, pile one. That was your reading. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I'm going to leave it here. If you did, leave me a comment down below. You know, like the video, subscribe, and what else? Oh yeah, that's right. Let your friends know. I would totally appreciate it. And thank you for being here. I hope you can enjoy yourself. Take care. All right, hello pile two. This is your reading. Thank you for being here. If you chose pile two, this is the Gilded Tarot. If you skip the intro, you know that I've chosen some oracle cards to go along with the messages here. I'll pull some tarot cards, but this is going to be how to make your life, how to savor your life and make your life more hauntingly beautiful. I did pick and choose this deck specifically. It's called the Kantiji. Earth Sing, that's what it translates to. But I chose this card specifically for you, pile two, from when I was shuffling. And I did write down what that means to me. and I will share that with you in just a little bit. But we're gonna do some channeling kind of styled messages here for you. So you have 21 beyond the mind, the heart beats. You have the dark solstice sun. You have fertility. Talks about potential, powerful, creative energy, initiation energy, number 8. And let's see what the tarot has for you. You have the 5 of Pentacles. It was in reverse, but I think it's because of the way I'm holding the cards. Savor your life. Make it hauntingly beautiful. The 3 of Swords. The 6 of Cups. The Star. And the Magician. So we're going to do a channeling style reading, and then I will go ahead and talk a little bit later about what I feel the cards mean as well. It's going to be how to savor your life, make it more hauntingly beautiful. Spirit asks you to have faith in an exploration of that which can't be physically had at this moment. Spirit asks you for your faith, for your wonderment. Asks, can you remember a time when you actually believed in wishes, when you actually believed in dreams coming true? Before the sun itself found its way, casting its shadows upon the earth, upon the moon, losing its light, losing its ability to feel warmth. There's so much joy to be had in a potentiality that is only reached outside of the walls that constrict you through your pain and your sadness and the feeling of loss, as you cannot reach back in time and take back that once was yours. Savoring your life means to allow your mind to be still in its need to recreate and reinitiate that which once was the memory of one of your greatest passions, one of your greatest accomplishments, the moment that you held your lover's hand and electricity shot through your arms and through your body and through your heart. It's in the ability to remember the sense and the actual feeling that then you can begin to explore these moments that touched you and that left stinging marks and searing cuts and burning sighs that escaped your throat and your vocal cords. That each of these beautiful, intense moments have brought you now to a place where what washes over you is so exquisite. It's hold on you so tight that it offers a painful feeling that once shifted to the heart from the mind becomes a pleasurable goosebumps experience. Pile 2. I want to show you and share with you what the dark solstice sun said and what I wrote down from what I gathered. It says, for me, I said, there's a fear of an ending so exquisite that it steals your form, your breath, only to reemerge again. The extreme of the vanishing before brilliance ensues yet again. And so for you to savor your life and to make it hauntingly beautiful, is for you to remember the bruises and your pains, right? And your stains with such exquisite care that you can't help but like rewrite them into your stories, right? It's like taking your memories and shifting them into like this melody that has its lumps and its bumps and its mounds. It's not like a flat line. You know, what I'm getting for you is like not to experience your life through this like flat-lined experience, but to understand that there's these like ups and downs and like these moments that life is essentially bursted back into your chest. And I'm seeing like when someone's heartbeat isn't showing like on the monitor and they're using those, I forgot what they're called, but they're like the electricity and they pump the person and shock them back, like shock their heartbeat back. It's that like in between space of like, oh my God, I'm going to die because never again will I experience this love again. Never again will I experience these moments in this home that I used to live in, or never again will I experience that beach that I used to go to. It's taking those overgrown scars, right? Those skinned over, alive, still alive, overgrown, scars that you're taking with you into your new life that allows you to hold on to the beauty, I think, of what once was, is what Spirit's asking you, pile 2. I almost feel like I have no idea what the hell I was talking about when I was doing the little channel version just a few minutes ago of this reading. And I'm just like, right now, I guess it doesn't matter and I don't care. And why I'm saying that is because I'm seeing Spirit trying to take me out of the mind, right? Like as I was trying to do the channeling, I'm trying to also make sense of what I'm saying to you, thinking like, oh my God, this has to make sense for this person, right? They have to logically understand what the message is that I'm trying to tell them for them to be able to savor their life and make it hauntingly beautiful. But the message is here, and for you, it's more of a felt sense. And it's the reminder of this part of you that sometimes feel like it's died, know that there is such an exquisite pleasure to this death and it's reminding me now as I speak of it, of the satisfied woman in the Thoth tarot deck. She is adjustment, which is balance, or traditionally justice in the tarot. And so she's known as the satisfied woman. And so there is this, and oh, that's what I was getting to. And also a little death, the little death is called like, or an orgasm in I don't know, esoteric forms, or again, somewhere that I read calls like orgasm having like a little death. I think it's a French word now that I'm thinking about it. But it's like these exquisite moments that you have between this and the next thing, and then being able to take that once was with you in a way that gives it meaning. You give it life, and you give it meaning, and you give it its preciousness and a place to live and still exist, even if in the physicality it has changed or it become different or ended. Okay. Wow, that's it. That's it, pile two. That felt beautiful. Like I said, although I don't know what the fuck, if I made sense or not in the channeling. But either way, if you appreciated this reading, please leave me a comment. It helps me. It helps my channel. Like my video, because it does the same thing. It helps me out. Share the video with your friends, subscribe to my channel, do all that kind of stuff. And thank you for letting me read for you until we meet again, okay? See you. Okay, pile 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Bone Stone and Earth Flesh Tarot deck, I'm going to do like a channeled style kind of reading with these oracle cards that I've chosen beforehand. And then after that, I'll do, a little interpretation of mine. I do know what this card means already because I looked it up. This is a newer deck, and I wanted the Kantiji deck, and I wanted to understand what these cards were. I wanted to use them. And so this reading is going to be for you, how to savor your life and how to make it hauntingly beautiful. And you have number 30, the sentient nest. Put this down. Then you have number 11, diving for light. I felt like I just screamed that. I feel like Spirit wanted to scream that message for you. And then number 5, Song of the Siren, the call summoning the voice to acknowledge. Isn't that funny? I just said that I felt like screaming that to you because that's what it felt like Spirit was doing. So, hey, there's a message already with the call, summoning. There's that song, the voice, the screaming. Let's go. All right, let's see what the tarot wants to offer you. Savor your life, make it hauntingly beautiful. We have the 2 of Cups. We have the 6 of Wands. The 7 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles. And the 2 of Wands. Okay, pile 3, your messages here. You know, you know, you know. You already know, already know. I will say it over and over and over again. You know, you already know. You know, you know, you know. Enjoy it, experience it, bask in it, and have such gratitude. What a beautiful understanding, one that you have worked for aimlessly, devotedly, focused. The time for you to celebrate, for your voice and your cheers to be heard, they've come. The time for the magnified strength of your power that flows through you is ready to be sung. It is ready to be expressed because you cannot get any closer than you've already allowed yourself to become to this knowing, this beautiful, enriched, alive knowing of how exactly you wish to live your life and to experience your life and to honor and bring joy and exuberance and bird song too. There isn't anything else that you need at this time. You've already gathered your supplies. You've already gathered your destinations. You've already gathered yourself. And now it's your time to explore. It's time for you to either open the lid or it's time for you to become unearthed. Either way, Spirit asks you to exist in a sphere in which you enliven yourself through and in turn are enlivened by. Okay, Pal 3, that was your little channel message. I always wanted to make sense, but that is how Spirit is speaking through me. I want to talk about your Kantiji sentient nest and what I wrote down from what I gathered. And what I wrote is there's a calling to experience life beyond an existence that you can fathom. It is it alive? Spirit asks, and you asks, and there is a yes. There is a yes to that question. So collaborate with the aliveness of yourself and of your environment. And so for you to savor your life and to make it hauntingly beautiful, I'm seeing that right now, Spirit is asking you to share what it is that you already know, to share yourself as you are now in this place. Because there's something about a luckiness, it's almost like a resonance, right? It's almost like you are ready, and so therefore the universe mirrors that back to you and is ready as well for you to experience a more beautiful life right now, right? A life that feels yours, yours to celebrate, one that you created from this, I think, a meticulousness and an attention to detail that others may miss. It's almost like your focus was on your canvas, and now your focus is to actually illuminate what you've fleshed out, what you've painted or created or drawn on that canvas, to look at the different textures and colors and symbols and lines and shapes and experience those and be excited to share those kind of nuances into the world already. Like, Spirit wants you to be celebrated for your beauty. The need to make yourself more at this time is just unnecessary. Yes, it will make you even more so of something to take a look at or to be awed by. But even now, right now, the world is waiting, the universe is waiting to be in awe of you. And you're already there, and it's time for you to be celebrated. It's time for, your, I guess, your just desserts is the phrase that's coming to mind. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's your reading, pile 3. I hope you liked your reading. Leave me a comment. It helps me out. Like my video. It helps me as well. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video with your friends. And I thank you for being here. Let me read for you until we meet again. All right? I'll see you. Okay, hello, pile 4. Thank you for being here. If you've chosen the Light Seers Tarot deck, know that I'm going to be doing channeled style messages here for how to save your life, how to make it hauntingly beautiful. And we have some pre-shuffled oracle cards here. This deck, the Cantigi deck, I do know the meanings of the cards because I looked them up. I wanted to make sure, and I'll let you know on that a little bit later. But for now, I'm going to do the channeling. So you have number 37, the fork in the river. You have number 27, receiving. Then you have number 15, divination, prophecy, fate, destiny, and future fortune. And then from the tarot, let's see what you get. Savor, ignite, and make it hauntingly beautiful. We have the Ace of Cups. You have the Devil. You have the Empress. The King of Swords. And the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so pile 4, how to savor your life and make it hauntingly beautiful. Spirit is speaking to you and asking if you are willing to accept a helping hand, Spirit speaks to you and asks you, are you willing to put your trust in your fate in the arms of another, in the security of another, in the words and the wisdom of another? There is an ask of you here, an ask to know that with each opportunity taken with the other is a chance to reclaim a birthright that exists when something else comes into fruition, when another idea is born and it gestates and becomes. There is a never-ending supply. The cups that you hold and carry with you, even when they spill, when your terrain that you walk across isn't as steady, there is always a replenishment that comes as you continue to meet phases and situations and places and circumstances and people and allies and friends along the way. Knowing that this weaving that you do in and out of knowing, in and out of choice, in and out of consciousness, in and out of thought, its purpose is to grow the sinew to its strength, to allow for a flexibility that keeps you limber along your path, free of rigidity, free of freezing that would otherwise allow you to miss out on the warmth of experience itself. Your life and life itself can be beautiful because you'll never know who or what you'll meet along the way, what kind of relation you'll fall into, how you will find yourself in conversation and communication with that which you experience. Surrender into understanding that spirit, no matter where you find yourself aligned, will always offer you some kind of ally along the way. Okay, so pile 4, I was going to call you Spirit 4. So Spirit 4, I wanted to let you know what I had written down based on the Kantiji Oracle, what I gathered from what I read. I wrote down, coming to a place of decisions finds you a weary traveler, wishing fate would just define your steps for you, to continue to lead. But here, now, the chance for you to wonder, where am I called to now? And so to savor your life and to offer you a hauntingly beautiful existence right now, I think Spirit is asking you to be open right now to receiving in forms outside of yourself, outside of this inner knowing and understanding. You might have already cultivated that kind of vibe for yourself, but this is really asking, I think, to consider a perception that is outside of yourself, to trust that there are good people out there, trust that there are allies along the way right now to help you get into this ability to receive this beautiful life and to be able to savor your life. I don't know if this pile has found themselves, more solitary as of lately, or the sense of, or the feeling of, maybe gripped in a way where there's fear that you won't look strong if it is that you receive counsel from the other, or you receive a tarot card reading, or listening to a reading like this, when you're like, oh, I don't need this kind of stuff, I know what's up. Like, Spirit right now wants you to receive and be in a receptive mode, because there's like a curiosity waiting for you. There's an ask of you to release the fear that you have in interacting with something in the physicality that's outside of you. Again, I'm sensing there might be like maybe some loner vibes, or some solitude lately, or some purposeful isolation. And right now, the point for you is to be amongst the plenty, and to receive from the plenty. And it's funny I mentioned fear, because that's something that I wrote down. No, it wasn't for you, but I wrote down the weary traveler, that you're wishing Spirit would have your fate, guide you in your fate. And the Devil card here is reminding me of a different tarot deck, the Thoth tarot deck, and they talk about the devil, ruled by Capricorn, but being like to wildly, something like, oh my God, I love this phrase. I can't believe I'm not remembering it right now. Oh, with like to blaze the earth with wild abandonment, essentially, is something either I came up with that, or I listened to it and read it somewhere. Either way, it's something that I use to, like, I'm not even saying it right, but something like that, like blaze upon the earth with wild abandonment. And so there's this need right now for you to savor your life and to make it hauntingly beautiful. It's to kind of abandon reason right now and kind of let yourself get a little bit swept up, so that you're outside of the pressure of the need to choose a direction right now, or be in that kind of phase where you feel like it's either this or that, and to kind of allow the web itself, or the answer itself, for you to be led to it. Let yourself be led to it by your interactions with the world around you, and the experiences and people around you. Okay, so pile 4, thank you for letting me read for you. If you liked your reading, please do comment down below, and like my video, subscribe to my channel, share my video with your friends. I would totally appreciate it. It would help me out. And until we meet again, my friends, I'll see you.